the charge to make the 2024 Broker Carrier Summit possible, and we are so excited to have their support. In case you haven't heard, TAFS offers much more than freight factoring. It provides a comprehensive support system for trucking companies of all sizes, specializing in fast and efficient invoice factoring with the ability to pay carriers in as little as 1 hour. And TAFS services go well beyond factoring, offering a fuel card that unlocks major fuel discounts, flexible business loans that are designed to cater to the distinct needs of a carrier's operations, a dedicated, responsive client experience team, and much more. Blackbox Logistics is a 3PL freight brokerage based out of Birmingham, Alabama. Blackbox Logistics was formed in 2020 by 3 friends, Logan Dyer, William Graves, and Will Hopkins, in a basement office with the goal of bringing transparency around the clock communication and hassle-free customer experience to the table. WireB is an AI-powered call automation platform built for freight brokers, designed to screen every inbound call in real time, block spoofing, phishing, and double brokering scams, verify compliance through integrations with FMCSA, Highway, and My Carrier Portal, and automatically connect brokers with qualified, vetted carriers, all before a human ever picks up the phone. Sales-CRM is built for freight broker and agent sales teams. Manage your shipper prospecting and follow-ups. Organize your carriers in the lanes they run. HD Ships is a leading logistics provider specializing in sustainable and tech-driven freight solutions. With hubs in Reno, Phoenix, and London, we deliver comprehensive services, including full truckload, expedited cross-border, and intermodal freight. Leveraging proprietary technology, we offer 24/7 tracking, real-time visibility, and advanced automation to ensure safe, compliant, and efficient transportation. Our commitment to sustainability enables clients to offset emissions through carbon credits, aligning logistics with environmental goals. At HD Ships, we prioritize transparency, reliability, and exceptional customer service, empowering clients to achieve seamless, sustainable logistics solutions worldwide.
Couldn't see you there for a second. I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, accidentally double-clicked, faked you out there.
I was going to say, we have a show that goes live at 4 o'clock most days, and I think our normal live time is about 4:08, 4:09.
Yeah, we're not very punctual, but we get it done.
Yeah, we are here, so apologize if anyone's been sitting here for 13 minutes waiting for us. I hope your day is busier than that. But yeah, shout out to our sponsors, WireB, Freight Fraud, AI, basically, can vet calls, see if you're getting spoofed. We've had them on the show. Check out their website. Black Box Logistics. Not sure I've heard of them. Is that a misprint on the show? Or?
All right, Matt. So Black Box Logistics recently voted the People's Choice 3PL. It's a freight brokerage out of Birmingham, Alabama. I hear that they do great work. So if you have any shipments, you should give them a shout.
If you have any shipments, look up HT Ships.
I wouldn't do that. Anyway, Sales Dash CRM. It's a freight-centric CRM. Black Box is happy customers for about 18 months now. Great team over there. It's built out freight-specific again, so you don't need to go in and really edit or change anything. Then we've got our banner sponsor, TAFS, Top 10 Factoring Company. Great people over there. Also have a lot of good educational content. So if you're interested in factoring or learning more about it, check them out. Go to their website, and if you talk to them, tell them that the Dawgs sent you.
100%. Speaking of Josh and Sales Dash, we're getting the golf trip planned this fall. Fun to get back on the course. Can't be if Josh is listening though. Hopefully we play a little bit faster than that round we tried to do in Alabama.
Oh yeah. Every time we turned around, Josh was in the forest.
Yeah, Josh or Drew or I don't know, Logan. Like we were like 4 holes ahead of those guys. I don't know who it was. If it was Drew, Josh, or Logan, but they were having some trouble that day.
Yeah, it was somebody. So Matt, to the title, the people have been asking, and they want to know where are we at with the 90-day fiance?
You're gonna get so many people on the hook for this show that with false advertising. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I've never even really heard of the show until you put there, but I'm not saying I'm not going to meet somebody abroad. I'm probably planning another trip abroad to either Peru, Bolivia, or Mexico in November after kind of conference season. But I don't know about it. I don't know about any kind of TV show. So how does that even work? They just like set you up with somebody they think could be a good match, and you're all of a sudden married to them without like ever having met them or going on any dates or like, explain this like concept to me a little bit.
So, I mean, the crazy thing is that I'm going around talking about 90-Day Fiance. I'm actually not certain. I've never seen it. But from my understanding, it's either one of two things. So one, it's like an international relationship, and they have to get married for the green card or whatever, so that the fiance can like become a citizen. And the second idea I have of what it could potentially be is that you get matched randomly with somebody internationally, then you are engaged for 90 days and try to decide if it's going to work. And then at the end of the 90 days, you decide, do we get married or do we not get married? But it always has to do with international, something about somebody coming over to the States.
Interesting.
Yeah. You'd be a good candidate. I mean, like, correct me if I'm wrong.
What do you base me being a good candidate for the show on? Like, what's your criteria for that?
You're a nomad. You're always in a different country. I mean, I threw it out. I threw it out on like a Friday at 4:30 p.m. and the post blew up. I just said, hey, like this, if you think that at Matt Dahl should go on 90-Day Fiance, and boom, just doing numbers.
Yeah, I haven't lost hope, man. Obviously we're having fun today. This isn't what the show is going to be about, guys. By the way, either we'll just put that out there. Anything, but we're going to get into some logistic stuff. But I haven't lost hope. My dad was 41 when he got married to my mom, who was 35, and they had me at 42 and 36. So I got plenty of time,
Yeah. How old are you?
31, man. Old. You're young and compared to me.
I mean, 31's not old. I feel like you're still in your prime. I don't know what the prime age for men would be. I feel like men get a lot more time than women. Maybe that's not a good thing to say live, but I think 31's young.
No filter today. Zero filter whatsoever.
Well, tell us what's new in your world. Just moved to Chattanooga. How's that going?
It's good, man. I should show. I mean, you can't really quite see it out there, but I'm right on the lake, man, and I'm enjoying it. I probably spend more time. I don't go downtown to Chattanooga as much as I like, but I've been down there 4 or 5 times, and everyone's so nice in the city. It's kind of funny though. This kind of segues into logistics, but probably every single time I've been out, with the exception of one time, whether it's an Uber driver, someone sitting next to me at a restaurant, somebody's in logistics or knows somebody in logistics around here. I was even just last Saturday, I was at like a equivalent of a Chili's here, and like the guy sitting there is like,
Wait, time out. What do you mean the equivalent of a Chili's?
I don't know. Maybe this is like maybe this is like a nationwide thing, but it's
What's
like
it
Miller
called?
Ale House. Is Miller Ale House a nationwide thing? They don't have that in Minnesota.
I don't know. It sounds familiar, but I don't know.
I don't know. Basically, like a Chili's type Applebee's restaurant, and the guy over there is in charge of transportation for a food shipper in Chattanooga. Actually, one of the brokerages he uses, I know. So wasn't Black Box. I mean, that should be obvious since it was a food shipper, but
It could be Black Box. We're actually, speaking of food shippers, Black Box onboarded 3 reps today who are heavy in the reefer and van world. So we could be getting a little bit more even there on the load share among equipment types.
yeah, you just equaled my whole. I've signed 3 agents this month, which is an okay month. You just equaled my whole thing in one day. Just sign 3 reps. Just rub it in.
Yeah, well, I mean, Matt, that's what happens when you're the People's Choice 3PL. People want to be a part of that. So, yeah, it comes with the award.
Who's going to train them if they need help on reefer? Considering you've done 1 reefer shipment that was a disaster. I hope you didn't sell it to these candidates. Be like, I'm here for you guys. If you need any help on reefer, I've done thousands of reefer shipments. I hope you told them that you've got experience of 1 in your lifetime.
Yeah, I did. I was one and done. Very problematic shipment. My 3rd day in logistics. We don't need to dive into that, but no, I mean they all have about a decade of experience, so they don't really need any training, right? So I'm really looking forward to learning from them. And yeah, no, they know that we're primarily open deck, so there's no customer saturation really. All their accounts are not protected, so they're going to bring them over, and we're looking forward to building around them.
Yeah, I'll be excited, man. You get in that office. It's hard to believe. I was down there, almost a year ago now. It was what was it, last October I came down? Last October or November. It was right around Halloween, I feel like. So imagine that office is a lot more full than it was because you had just moved in when I came down.
Yeah, I mean, it's gotten more full, but still so much room to grow into. I mean, we still got the left side, half of it's empty, more than half, 3/4. But we did just order 12 more desks, 2 more rows to expand that left room. So, I mean, it's filling up slowly but surely.
How long is the plan to stay there? You plan to stay there for what, another 2 years, or do you have when do you guys think you'll run out of space there?
We have a 5-year lease, but if we run out of room, I would imagine that we'd open up a second location elsewhere as opposed to finding more space. So it's a pretty big area. I don't know. Who knows what the future holds, but it's a 5-year lease.
I would say you probably got a good deal. I know it's Chattanooga is probably not struggling since there's so many brokerages around, but commercial real estate since COVID with everyone working from home, I'm sure you got a much better deal than you would have gotten 2019.
So no, actually. So our last office was more when COVID was, I don't want to say more relevant, but it was, a lot more people work from home and obviously shutting down, and we got a crazy good deal. But this office, no, it seemed like everything kind of bounced back, and we had a COVID deal before, so it seems very expensive, but it's just what it should normally be, right? So no, we didn't get well, I don't know. Maybe it is a good deal. It doesn't feel like a great deal because it's much more space, so it's more expensive than our last office.
Yeah, no. Commercial real estate. I'm sure that was one of the most fun parts of owning a brokerage, figuring out the logistics of transporting your office and doing all that. That does not sound fun.
Yeah, we had. It took us a while to find this spot, and then when we did, we needed to do a lot of stuff to it. So, as true to construction usually goes, it was over budget and delayed. So it was a long time coming to get in this space. But we were going to buy a building. And we put an offer in and it was accepted, but we pulled out. Some things kind of didn't work out there, but that was a lot figuring out where we were going to go because we ran out of space at our last office, and we were kind of in a waiting game to figure out what's next. Can't onboard because we don't have anywhere to put anybody.
Yeah, it's not a fun situation. You seen some of the recent news, by the way? I'm curious your opinion on what'll happen, but do you see? I think Marco Rubio tweeted out or making an adjustment to foreigners getting, not foreigner specific, but getting a commercial driver's license based on some of the accidents. I'm kind of curious if that's going to affect capacity or seen the several posts on that, but that's I don't know much about the topic, but that should be interesting to watch.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know as much about it as I'd like to really speak on it. That said, like I will give my opinion with the limited knowledge that I do have about it. From my understanding, it was just not giving it to new applicants. So if you already have one, you're good. So I don't know. I don't think it will make that big of an impact, really and truly. Even this, you had to speak English. Hadn't seen now that's being enforced more. I haven't seen any real impacts on our booking rates or whatnot. It seems to be pretty stable. So if anything, I think maybe it's an overreaction.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many times we've heard in the last couple of years. That's why I don't really ever post or talk about these topics of when the market's going to improve, because really even the experts, I mean, they can make educated guess, but really nobody knows. I've heard the market's going to get better next quarter or in 2 quarters for probably the last 2 years. So
Yeah, I used to. I love doing that. I mean, if you went back far enough in my LinkedIn post, which you'd have to scroll for a while because I post a lot, but that used to be just about like all I posted about, right? Current events, what's going on, the market predictions, and all that good stuff. What I realized is that what moves the needle for us as an organization is to focus on the controllables. So like what are we doing here as opposed to trying to predict what's going to happen 6 months from now. I mean, all that time and energy going into that, and then like you're just wrong. Nobody really knows, right? So hindsight's 2020. Nobody knows what the future holds. Just control the controllables.
yeah, it's a cliche statement, but it's a very true statement.
I love some cliches. Love some
You
quotes.
do. Quotes and cliches are two of your favorite things.
Yeah, man, can't hate it.
And without a doubt, on a holiday, if anyone's watching and you want to see what LinkedIn's going on a holiday, Will's post will be, if you're on LinkedIn on Thanksgiving, if you're on LinkedIn on Christmas, you have that dog in you. That's a guaranteed post from Will.
I say you might have that dog in you.
Okay, sorry, you might have that dog in you.
Yeah, and the post will likely do numbers.
Yeah. Well, people like probably forget that you post that every single holiday for the last 6 holidays. They just get on there like, oh, I don't remember. Has he posted this before?
I think really what it is that somebody on LinkedIn sees that and they want to, like, I'm a dog, so they like it. They're like, like, now I'm a dog for liking the post. So I think that's why they do so well. The interaction, it's kind of engagement farming, really, at its core.
I saw a post earlier today. A couple people were asking. I think John Rogers posted, like, why don't we get all the dogs together and combine a book of business? And a couple people were asking, like, what's a dog? That's an interesting question. How would you define a dog?
Well, I mean, first of all, and like I hate that we even have to do this, right? But what kind of dog are we talking about? Because a lot of people, this really grinds my gears. Okay, at this point, we've been doing this podcast for over a year, and we got people still commenting on stuff, and they'll say he's got that dog in him, and it'll be DOG. Okay,
really? I haven't seen those comments.
I've seen it. I've seen it.
Maybe I just don't pay attention. Sometimes when you tag me, I'm like, oh great, he's talking about 90 Day Fiance again. I got to get off.
Yeah, there's no telling what I'm talking about, but I mean that's just it's ridiculous to still be seeing that on the page. 2 dogs, 1 pod, and say he's got that dog in him. So DOG is it's a pet, usually 4-legged, unless there's been an accident, just like a little dog, like a Frenchie or whatever, golden retriever dog. And then a dog, DAWG. So it's at its core, it's a corporate weapon.
Corporate weapon. That's a new definition of a dog. Corporate weapon.
Yeah,
we do have a duck now too, as part of the show. I don't forget what our duck's name is, but
how do you forget what our duck's name is? It's Big Dog. It's Big Morgan, Dog. It's Morgan Big Dog Freeman.
So we have a lot of animal associations on the show. Duck, dog.
Hey, Big Dog's got that dog in him. He's got something wrong with his wing. I forget. Man, Serena keeps like tagging me or like posting about it. I think it's called Angel Wing, where she has to run and catch Big Dog every day and like tape it up, so it'll fix. But yeah, Big Dog's in good health.
Well, it's good to hear.
Hey, so are we gonna do the Tinder segment?
Dude. Okay. We're not doing the Tinder segment. That wouldn't be fair if I did run across somebody and watch. Imagine somebody in the audience. We're doing the segment, and somebody in the audience is like, "Oh, I work with this person, or I know them." We're not gonna do that. But I do think it's
the whole point is it's not. I mean, so you're just gonna swipe write like no until we see somebody that we recognize in logistics, and then the segment's over. So like you're not swiping, like yes or no. You're just like, that's the segment. Come on, Matt.
Here's my predicament. Here's my predicament is I'm not saying I'm not going to swipe right on people that I know in logistics. And first of all, I don't use dating apps that much. But I'm single. I'll go on them occasionally. I didn't really think of this being a problem until I got to Chattanooga, because every other city, maybe 1 out of 30 people would have logistics in their profile. Here, probably like 1 out of every 5 has logistics, and probably not even including the ones that don't even have it on there. So it is a problem. Like, what do you do? Do you swipe right? Do you swipe left? What happens if they know me or I know them from LinkedIn? But yeah, I don't want to embarrass anyone on the show and do a live swiping, and I run across somebody, then they send to all their friends. Matt had your Tinder profile or your Bumble profile on their podcast today. How I'd feel bad.
Well, I've already advertised it on LinkedIn. So
advertised 90 day. That was going on 90 Day Fiance too. That was also false advertising.
Well, we created a submission on your behalf to 90 Day Fiance. If you're picked, you're picked. But
I will say this: if anyone's watching in Chattanooga and you do like me and your logistics, I will not make a post about it or share your information. I'm in recruiting, so everything stays. I'm used to being quiet about things. So
that's great. So I'm gonna clip that post episode and I'm gonna post it out. We're gonna get Matt Dawg a date in Chattanooga.
Oh goodness, man! I think you're probably doing the reverse effect. Somebody's probably like, okay, I'm definitely swiping left on Matt now, because if I swipe right, I'm gonna turn into like a podcast and like 3 different posts about this.
Are you saying I'm a bad wingman?
Yeah, I mean, no, I'm not saying that, but I think if I was ever to go on a date with a girl in the logistics, here's how I think this would happen. I'd be out at some bar or restaurant, with a friend, maybe a single friend, and we happen to run into some, women who also work in logistics, and who knows, maybe get her number, and one thing leads to a date. That's a much more likely scenario than matching with a girl in logistics on LinkedIn, I think. Or not on LinkedIn, sorry, Tinder or Bumble. I don't know which one's more popular these days, Bumble, Tinder, or Hinge.
Matt, what do we have to do to get you to do the Tinder segment?
Maybe we'll save that for the next. Okay, I'll tell you what. If I'm still single in 6 months, what's 6 months? Actually, it'd be right around my birthday. 6 months. If I'm still single in 6 months on my birthday, then we can do the live swiping segment.
Matt, we don't even know if we'll be alive in 6 months.
Well, I guess if we're not alive, we can't do the segment. So that'll be an unfortunate situation.
All right, man. Well,
what about you? Have you ever matched with a girl in Birmingham's like not like Chattanooga, but there are more logistics people. Have you ever matched with a girl in logistics on LinkedIn, or I keep saying LinkedIn, on Tinder, Bumble?
Matt, what are we doing? It feels like you're deflecting from like.
No, I asked the question because maybe you can talk about your experience and help.
Now you're interrogating me.
You don't want to answer the question.
Well, man, in the logistics realm, there's some things, some drama, you could call it. Freight waves, Dooner.
I wasn't even going to bring that up. I wasn't even going to.
I thought about it. I was like, hey, why not?
All right, if anyone's listening, Will brought this up, not me. But yeah, it is interesting. If you don't know what we're talking about, go check out Carrier 411's. Carrier 411 is not really, I've never seen on social media on any before, but they created a Twitter account, and yeah, they've had some interesting exchanges. Yeah, it's certainly interesting. That's something you see every day.
Yeah. So
all the craziness happens once I get to Chattanooga. I get stuck in a, flood that apparently never happens, and the interstate gets shut down, and then all this crazy stuff's going on, that you just referenced. It's Chattanooga's kind of wild this past week.
Well, I was hoping that you'd have the insider scoop moving to Chattanooga. But yeah, from my understanding, Carrier 401 founder Darren Brewer, is that his name?
Yeah.
Darren, for whatever reason, is backing Dooner, and maybe some kind of lawsuit between Dooner and Freightways Craig. And we've had Dooner and Craig on the podcast. So I like them both. I'm not really sure what's going on. So I'm just kind of like sitting with some popcorn, just like watching. I kind of like want to know what it's all about. It's pretty ominous and mysterious. I'll be interested to see if the full story ever comes out. It seems like a lot behind the scenes is going on.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like I said, I like them both too. We had them both on the podcast, both popular guests and fun show. Yeah, that would be an interesting podcast. I personally wouldn't want to do it just because, like I said, I like Craig and I like Dooner, but I can't imagine Darren Brewer on a podcast. That would be with some of the stuff that if you go over to X and see some of the stuff posted, that would be an absolute wild. I think he did do one podcast, maybe
Freight
like
Caviar.
back with Freight Caviar, right?
Yeah, he's done one podcast to my knowledge. What did he put on Twitter? I mean, I've seen some. I'm not on. Let me.
There's a Chattanooga police body cam video from Freightways posted on X. I'll just say that.
Well, I'm about to pull it up and look at it. X.com. It's not Twitter.com anymore. It's X.
No, I still feel like it's called Twitter. You don't even have a Twitter, do you?
Yeah, dude. I'm just underground. Won't give you my handle.
No, you probably use it for like stocks or some other stuff not related to logistics.
I used to. Now it's just it's not a business feed. I don't want to keep it that way.
Yeah, my feed is half Passport Bros type people. Not Passport Bros is not a good term. Half like nomad people. They're like posting about new cities. That's how like I learned about Santa Cruz, Bolivia, and whatever that city in Peru is, and Guadalajara. You know, I like go read through posts of them talking about the best international cities in Latin America to go to.
Yeah. Well, so my algorithm or like feed or whatever, like I like that it's not any logistics or freight because like all my other stuff is. It's like the one thing I can go to like online where it's not. So like I try to keep it all separated. Like my one escape from logistics, freight, and all this stuff. But
I'll follow you and I can change the feed.
Messing up my feed, making me search up Carrier 411. Next thing I know, it's just gonna be fucking semis. All right.
Oh, you're missing out on the truck driver debates though on X. That's a whole like if you think LinkedIn has like crazy debates or things can get a little bit, not, I don't know, a little out of line. X is, oh man, there's some wild stuff on X.
Yeah, no, I mean I can imagine, but it's like, do I really want to see it? I mean, like, is it entertaining? Maybe, but like I don't. Okay, so just going through Carrier 411's tweets. What's the deal with Dooner growing this handlebar mustache? Is there any relevance to what's going on, or is he just growing a mustache?
I'm not sure.
Every day he's starting like day one growing handlebar mustache. He's on like day 27. It's always these like Photoshop pictures of him. That don't make sense. Okay, so Darren's still waiting. I guess Carrier 401 bought a bunch of stock in Freightwaves.
They're trying to, I guess, from the tweets, from what he's saying. Then he gets information, I guess, as a share. Freightways a public company.
I don't know. I didn't think they were, but maybe. Yeah. Okay, I'm on the unedited footage, Chattanooga police body cam. It's 18 minutes long.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Wait, it's Carrier 411. I don't have
it's Dooner's in it, Carrier 411. They're at the Freightwaves like headquarters, some dispute about belongings. I skimmed through it.
Is Dooner trying to get his stuff?
Is what?
Is he like trying to get his stuff from Freightways?
Yeah, that's how I interpreted it, at least.
Man. Well, crazy.
But it's interesting, like I would say X is like the majority truck drivers and LinkedIn's the majority brokers. Like there's so many brokers that do not like go on. Like even you.
Dude, I missed this comment. Matt, my bad. Not Matt Dawg. Matt Edgar. I'm sorry. Live swiping. Give the people what they want. Please.
6 months.
6 months.
But yeah, no, it's interesting. There's more brokers on LinkedIn than there are on X is more truckers.
Yeah. Well, man, that's the thing. I'll be brutally honest. So like I like post on LinkedIn, but I don't go on LinkedIn really to absorb any content. I get on LinkedIn to post. I get on LinkedIn to check my notifications, but very rarely do I get on LinkedIn and like scroll. But I will scroll on like say Twitter.
I'm more likely to scroll at night on LinkedIn. Like I'll see what's up on my feed and comment it during the day, but like at night, I'm more likely to scroll LinkedIn. But LinkedIn kind of goes dead after like 5 o'clock.
Yeah, for the most part.
Like imagine if we tried to do like a 9 p.m. episode on a Friday night. Like we would be. I mean, not that we have like a ton of audience as is. I mean, we do pretty well for a logistics show between YouTube, LinkedIn Live, Spotify. But if we went like at 9 p.m., we'd probably have like one person.
Hey, you never know. The 9 p.m. show could do really well.
Good. I mean, how many people do we have watching right now at 4:39 on our? We can't tell YouTube right now, but on LinkedIn.
Well, I don't think it's accurate because my computer always says like a lower number than shows me in the stats. But I'm showing 7 on my stream. But I have no idea if that's accurate.
I think it shows you on the stats or afterwards. It shows you like the total amount of people that tuned in for at least some period of time. Yeah. There's usually like I didn't stream from my feed today too, so that's just your feed. But yeah.
Why you didn't want your feed to know about the 90-Day Fiance?
Yeah, I'm maybe part of it. Even though so many people that follow you are connected with me too, so they're going to see it regardless. But when you get into Chattanooga, by the way, you're only 2 hours away.
I don't
have any customers up here?
The next 2 to 3 months are going to be busy. I'm about to be doing a bunch of traveling. I'll get to Chattanooga soon before Josh leaves. We need to all get together, go play golf.
Yeah. Well, Broker Carrier Summit, you said you were coming next time.
Yeah, man. But you want to hear something crazy? Both of my parents are getting married in October.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, the same month. And I think that the weekend of BCS I need to check the dates, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to come because there's going to be some travel there. Is BCS during the week or is it on the weekend?
During the week.
Okay. I might be able
to. It's in Orlando, which isn't far from you. Could probably. How far of a drive is Birmingham to Orlando?
I am not driving to Orlando. I'm actually going to be in Orlando in September for a wedding in a couple weeks. If I drove, it'd probably be, don't quote me, but I think like 8-9 hours. I'd fly.
Oh, that's not bad. What?
No, but yeah, but I'll just hop on a plane and be there in 2.5.
Think about it. You probably can't go direct Birmingham to Orlando, so you'd have to spend a half hour driving to the airport in Birmingham, go through security for an hour and a half, then hop on a plane, and then go sit somewhere else for an hour. I mean, that's a problem with the small. That's what I'm not looking forward to. The one side of Chattanooga is there's no direct flights. Like Minneapolis is a Delta hub. Like I can go Minneapolis to Orlando direct, Minneapolis to Atlanta direct. Here I pretty much have to. What?
I can go direct, Birmingham to Orlando. $212 round trip.
Birmingham has maybe. I guarantee. Look up Chattanooga. See if Chattanooga has direct to Orlando. I guarantee.
No, man. Chattanooga's no Magic City. It's not Magic City. Nothing.
I'm kind of debating if it's worth it. Like when I fly out of Chattanooga, if it's just better just to drive 2 hours to Atlanta.
Oh yeah, there's a direct flight from Chattanooga to Orlando.
Really?
Yeah, $86 round trip.
Through who? It's not Spirit Airlines, is it?
Yeah, Spirit. Yeah, Spirit's the only one with direct flights from Chattanooga or Birmingham to Orlando. You can go Delta, but you got to go to Atlanta. And it's like 5 hours instead of an hour and a half.
Yeah, Atlanta's a big airport, man. When I was there.
I've had some bad experiences at that airport. Missed a lot of flights. Been delayed a lot of times.
How early do you get to an airport?
Oh man, now I get there much earlier. I've got like a really, really bad track record with traveling alone. I've missed a lot of flights for no other reason than myself. So now I try to get there. If I got, which I quit doing check bags unless I absolutely have to. If I don't have a check bag, I get there like an hour and a half early.
I try to avoid, like when I was traveling to Colombia, I wasn't checking a bag. I was just taking a backpack with like a week and a half, 2 weeks worth of clothes, my computer, my laptop. I didn't even stuff. I just threw out all toothbrush, all that kind of stuff, and just bought it again in Colombia. It's like trying to travel as light as possible to avoid having to go sit in a foreign country and wait for my bag for an hour and a half, and then it gets lost. It doesn't seem.
Yeah. If you can, I highly recommend getting a good carry-on suitcase. Check bags are awful. I won't do it. Even, which I did when I went to Europe, I did. But if it's a domestic flight, I won't check a bag anymore. I've had bags get lost. If a flight gets canceled and you already checked your bag, getting it back, you have to swap airlines. It's just a whole thing. You're the travel guy. You're the nomad. 2 feet in a dream mat in Chattanooga. Tinder bender.
No travel for me probably until BCS, probably end of Orlando, and then probably, like I said, November might be Bolivia, Peru, Mexico, somewhere I can speak Spanish. Colombia is actually not. I hesitate to say this, just because I'm a big fan of Colombia. We have 20 reps there. Nearshoring is big, but I saw some pretty concerning posts actually from a nearshore. I don't know if Juan's listening, but he owns a nearshoring company. He basically said he wouldn't think Colombia is safe right now. They had a big car bombing. A couple things just happened this week, and there's some real safety concerns there right now, which I felt totally fine when I went. It was totally safe, but they have an election coming up, so might not be the time to be headed back there.
Yeah, well, maybe you can find a different country to go to this time.
Yeah.
Who knows? Man, imagine being a just a random, not a random person, but somebody that doesn't keep up with us and seeing a logistics podcast, tuning in, hoping for some market updates, and I'm just over here talking about Tinder benders. How disappointing.
So everybody who watches us, imagine there's people we don't have a ton of Spotify. Obviously LinkedIn Live is our biggest audience, and then YouTube, I don't know, our bigger shows, 50 or 60 people have viewed, but average probably 20. But I don't know if there's anybody who just watches us, found us on YouTube or found us on Spotify, and they're these guys have really good guests on. They have CEOs, tech founders, really good salespeople, shippers. They tune into this episode, they see the title, and they're like, "What the heck happened to these guys? Am I on the wrong show?"
Yeah, they really fell off. No, it's good to have a nice change of pace. Without a guest for a week, just kind of chop it up, nothing too serious. But yeah, we'll be back at it next week with a guest, more serious episodes. Which me personally, I was going into this episode with a serious mindset. I thought that we were going to get you on 90 Day Fiance. We had a Tinder segment drawn up, and then we get on, and I'm just met with hostility, and you're not willing. And then it's you should put me in a bind.
If I ever meet a girl in Chattanooga that happens to be on logistics, and I start dating her, and that ever made it out, you would have an absolute field day with that. But
yeah, 100% would. I've been having a field day with the 90 Day Fiance thing. People love those posts. The first time I did it, it really just messed around, and it kind of blew up. It was a Friday or a Thursday. It was an afternoon. It was 5 p.m. I threw it up. Got 90 likes in an hour. For whatever reason, the people love the idea of you being on 90 Day Fiance.
Maybe it's because I was in Colombia, but
yeah.
I will say this. You do have to be. There's some. You do have to be careful in Colombia because there are some women who, they just want to, maybe get to a different country, kind of like that. But there's some really good women who aren't interested in that, who aren't interested in leaving Colombia. So I think maybe that kind of gets a bad knack. Just like in the U.S., there's the bad, good and bad, parts of dating.
Yeah. Well, hey, you're the expert, so we'll take your word for it. Well, yeah, man, I gotta let these troops go. My partner's Logan, so I gotta round them up. Is there anything you want to hit on before we call it a show?
I saw a comment. What's up, fellas? Whose profile on Tinder are you checking out? No one right now, Amy. We're not doing any
Amy
swiping today.
My goodness, I advertised this episode. I say 90 Day Fiance. Matt's going to do a live segment on Tinder. I start bringing it up, and there's no comments, no encouragement. And then Matt says we can do it in 6 months. 6 months is crazy. We don't know.
You'll forget about it in 6 months. That's why I said 6 months.
I'm not going to forget about it in 6 months. I've already set a calendar reminder in Outlook. That's months.
We'll be back next week. Shout out to our sponsors again, YRB Freight Fraud, great company. We've had them on the show. They can tell from carrier spoofing. Black Box Logistics, Will's company, HG
The People's
Ships.
Choice 3PL.
Yeah, thanks, Will. HG Ships, if you're looking to be an agent. Sales Dash CRM, the GOAT, Josh Lyles, and Drew. We both met them. Agents use them. Will's company uses them. And Taft's banner sponsor, top 10 factoring company. Reach out to Ryan or Rob if you're looking to factor. And we'll be back next week.
Man, you know what I forgot to do this episode? I didn't have that ticker at the bottom going. It's not funny, Amy. It's a serious matter. And Matt's disrespecting the two dogs, brand and integrity, saying that we're going to do something and then we don't do it. So,
you didn't have this ticker going at the bottom?
No, I didn't have the ticker going. That's all right. We'll be back at it next week. Matt, enjoy your weekend. Stay safe swiping out there.
All right. Have a good weekend. We'll see you next week.